Tom Cruise may be one of the most polite and professional stars in Hollywood, but push him the wrong way, and you'll quickly find out he's also one of the sharpest.
And I'm doing the best that I can and doing it in a way that I feel is right.
Over the years, he's had his fair share of awkward interviews, rude questions,
That's incredibly rude. I'm here giving you an interview.
and even public pranks. But every single time, he handled it like a pro and left the other person looking completely out of their depth. Let's dive into 10 moments where Tom Cruise didn't just stay calm. He outsmarted the interviewer and totally took control of the room. Let's start with the Ellen DeGeneres show, his first time on there.
Britney or Christina?
What do you mean?
Britney Spears? I don't know what I mean. I'm not even sure what I mean.
I've never thought about it.
All right. Right.
It began as light-hearted banter, with Ellen playfully teasing him. But then she made a personal joke that clearly rubbed Tom the wrong way. While the audience laughed, Tom didn't even crack a smile. He didn't react, didn't laugh, didn't even blink. That silent pause, awkward and powerful. He let the moment fall flat, sending a clear message. You don't get to poke fun at me without consequences. But he didn't always stay quiet. Sometimes he took full control of the conversation.
Do you know Ritalin? Do you know now that Ritalin is a street drug? Do you understand that?
The difference is this was not
Matt,
against
Matt,
her
I'm
will,
asking-
though.
Matt,
But this wasn't
I'm
against
asking you a
Brooke's will.
question. Matt, I'm asking you a question.
I understand
Do-
there's
no.
abuse of all of these things.
No, you see, here's the problem. You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do.
Aren't there examples, and might not Brooke Shields be an example of someone who benefited from one of those drugs?
All it does is mask the problem, Matt. And if you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. That's what it does.
When he sat down with Matt Lauer on the Today Show, the host tried to corner him about his views on antidepressants. Matt clearly thought he had the upper hand.
There's no such thing as a chemical imbalance.
So
in a body.
postpartum depression to you is
Matt,
kind of a little
don't-
psychological gobbledygook?
No, I did not say that.
I'm just asking, what would you call it?
Matt, that is the post. Now you're talking about two different things.
But that's what she went on the
No.
antidepressant for.
But what happens, the antidepressant, all it does is mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that that isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. That's an alteration of what I'm saying. I'm saying that drugs aren't the answer, that these drugs are very dangerous. They're mind-altering, antipsychotic drugs. And there are ways of doing it without that so that we don't end up in a brave new world. The thing that I'm saying about Brooke is that there's misinformation, okay? And she doesn't understand the history of psychiatry. She doesn't understand in the same way that you don't understand it, man.
But Tom? He came prepared with facts, confidence, and focus. As the interview went on, Lauer started tripping over his words, clearly not expecting that level of pushback. Cruise's tone never shifted. He stayed calm but assertive, and by the end, Matt looked like the one out of his depth. Next up, an Australian interviewer who clearly didn't do his homework, or maybe just didn't care.
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years.
Listen, we raised children. I mean, how do you answer that? How do you answer that question? She's someone that I plan on getting married again.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
And having kids?
absolutely.
Right out the gate, he jumped into deeply personal questions. He wasn't being curious, he was poking the bear. Tom stayed polite at first, but you can literally see his smile start to fade.
But Nicole was a major part of your life and a love of your life at the time.
I loved Nick very much. There's no question.
Would you like Nicole to remarry?
Yes, I want Nicole to be happy. That's what I want.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Rather than getting angry, Tom gave a sharp, honest answer, direct and without an ounce of sugarcoating. He didn't yell, he didn't shut down the interview, he just held eye contact told the truth and let the silence speak for itself.
I suppose they're questions though,
Peter.
that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Do you think I was out of line?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I apologise for that
Good.
sincerely.
That silence? Deadly. You can literally see the moment the interviewer realised he pushed too far. And this wasn't just a one-off. Here's a moment where Tom didn't even have to say much.
Is this particular movie under that tariff? And also, how much of the film was shot overseas?
An interviewer made a tone-deaf comment that instantly changed the vibe. Cruise's face dropped, his body language shifted, and the energy turned ice cold.
I think that's a fair answer. All right.
Now let's talk about this interview with Sofia Boutella beside him. Everything was smooth, playful, and professional.
High standards for yourself with these stunts, but everyone else has to step up. Russell Crowe has said that in this film, he plays Dr. Jekyll. You have a fabulous fight scene, and he said you both had a discussion. You said, you know what, let's both just absolutely go for it.
Yeah. And look, he's an amazing athlete. He's a very good stuntman himself also. And, you know, if you look at that, the fight sequence that we have together, it was, we really had a lot of fun doing that.
He said he got bruised. I don't know how much fun he had.
Both of us got bruised. When he picks me up and slams me on that table, you know, he's...
It's a real table.
Yeah, he's got to do it.
So do you
Sophia was asking about a fight scene with Russell Crowe, and they were both laughing. Then a second interviewer stepped in, acting friendly, but clearly pushing a hidden agenda.
From that and go, he would actually beat me if we went at it properly.
If you
had a fight properly.
Why do you ask that question? Why even? It's like I don't even think of stuff like that. I don't even think like I'm going to fight my
that's
friend.
right, because you're always thinking of the audience when you're making things.
Exactly. He's my friend. You know, that would never happen.
He slipped in a loaded question, one that seemed harmless but was actually mocking. Most celebs might have let it slide. But Tom, he picked up on it immediately. That smile disappeared fast. And then came one of the most infamous moments of Tom's career.
It's exciting. You haven't seen it yet, huh? Well, it's suspenseful. Emotional. Funny. Structurally, it's true to form. Structure, the story. You know, but it's about a family. It's about the journey of this family. Yes.
During what was supposed to be a respectful red carpet interview, a prankster with a mic and a hidden water gun sprayed Tom in the face.
Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Come here. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Not very funny. Can you please?
No, it's okay. No, wait a second. What's so funny about that? It's ridiculous.
Tom didn't blow up. He didn't walk off. He looked the guy in the eye and called him out. Calm, direct, and brutally honest. He asked him, "Why would you do that?" And the guy had no answer. That's power. Now let's get to another subtle but smart moment.
People actually be that way with you, Tom. If we're going back to Mission Impossible, one of my favourite bits of tech in that movie is, of course, the masks, right? And the reveal. Fun. If you could have a mask of just an average person, no one knows who you are, and you could walk about your life, no one knows that you're Tom Cruise, what are you doing?
Beg your pardon?
What are you doing? Like, it's not you.
What would I do?
A reporter tried to suggest that Tom's lifestyle, being a movie star, travelling the world, meant he wasn't in touch with reality. It was meant as a joke, but it hit with a sting.
What would you do? No one knows it's you. They can't be there.
No, but I just do the same thing I always do.
Go watch movies.
Go watch movies. Exactly. Go make movies. Go tour the world. You know, I feel look, it's a privilege. It's a dream of mine my whole life to do what I do.
Tom didn't get defensive. He gave a thoughtful, humble answer that completely flipped the tone. No sarcasm, just honesty. And it worked. Then came his visit to Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Honest, I use you as a distraction to get to my car.
So I'm trying to help you out with it.
Appreciate that. But are there times where you just want to get to where you're gonna go? And can you even could you get on public transportation or go to a museum?
Look, I'm ready for whatever's gonna happen. So I don't change my life, but look, I like talking to people, and as I said, I make my movies for them. And
Kimmel teased him about not knowing how to use public transportation. Again, the whole he's out of touch angle. But Tom leaned into it, flipped the joke, and made the whole audience laugh with him instead of at him.
Go on transportation. My security loves that when I do that.
Yeah,
the tube in England.
Oh,
I do that. Sometimes I'll put on my hat and my earphones, and I'll just go in and get on the tube just if I want to get to the station.
Does that work? Do people stop
Sometimes.
It does.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes, people are during rush hour. I go in and I'll be there. And I remember one time I was there, and there's 14-year-old kid. This girl was there. And everyone was looking at their phones, and I just saw her. I looked over, and kind of my head's down. I got my baseball cap, and she's just staring at me like this. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and she just looked around the subway like this, and then looked back to me and I went.
The best part? You could see Jimmy's energy shift. He realised Tom wasn't a guy you could just poke fun at without getting schooled. Last, we go way back to 2004 with journalist Ron Jacobson.
And Britney or Christina?
What do you mean?
Britney Spears? I don't know what I mean. I'm not even sure what I mean.
I've never thought about it.
All right.
He said Collateral felt like a knockoff Al Pacino movie. The insult was low-key, but it was still there. Tom didn't blow up. He just gave a short, smart response that instantly shut the guy down. No drama, just quiet confidence. Because that's how Tom Cruise operates. He doesn't get loud, he gets smart. Every single time someone tries to get under his skin, he rises above it and still wins.
I'm just telling you right now, okay? Just put your manners back in.
Do you think I was out of line?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I apologise for that
Good.
sincerely.
Good.
So what do you think? Is Tom Cruise a master of handling the media? Or are these interviewers finally getting what they deserve? Which of these was your favourite clapback? Let us know in the comments. If you love watching celebrities flip the script on rude interviewers, make sure to hit like, subscribe and ring the bell, because we've got more coming. Catch you in the next one.